Welcome back to Energy Transition Daily. I'm Breton, and today we're unpacking the biggest moves shaping the clean energy landscape. From massive hydrogen storage partnerships to sustainability deals in aviation, we've got 5 minutes of insights that matter. Let's dive in. Our lead story. Vallourec and Geostock have announced a major partnership for large-scale hydrogen and carbon capture storage solutions. Now, why does this matter? Because one of the biggest bottlenecks in the hydrogen economy is storage. You can produce all the green hydrogen you want, but if you can't store it safely and economically at scale, it's not going to work. Vallourec brings expertise in high-grade steel piping for extreme conditions, while Geostock specializes in underground storage design. Think salt caverns and depleted gas fields. Together, they're tackling both hydrogen storage and carbon capture utilization and storage, or CCUS. Here's the insight. This isn't just about technology. It's about integrating the supply chain. Hydrogen needs to be stored seasonally to bridge summer production surpluses with winter demand peaks. This partnership signals that industry players are moving from pilot projects to commercial-scale infrastructure. Next up, Google and Renew are building a 150-megawatt solar project in India. Now, 150 megawatts might not sound massive in today's gigawatt-scale world, but context is everything. This ties directly into the AI boom. Data centers are becoming massive energy consumers, and tech companies are under pressure to power them with clean energy. Google's been carbon neutral on paper, but now they're investing in physical renewable projects in the markets where they operate. The insight here? We're seeing a shift from purchasing renewable energy credits, which is basically accounting, to directly funding new renewable capacity. That's what actually adds clean energy to the grid. And India is strategic. It's the world's fastest-growing major economy with massive solar potential. Expect more tech giants to follow this playbook. Build renewables where your data centers are. Now let's talk about aviation, one of the hardest sectors to decarbonize. DHL and FedEx are both making major moves in sustainable aviation fuel, or SAF, with new deals in the United States. Both companies are targeting 30% SAF usage by 2030. That's ambitious, because right now, SAF makes up less than 1% of global jet fuel consumption. SAF can be made from waste oils, agricultural residues, or even captured carbon. It's a drop-in replacement for conventional jet fuel, meaning no aircraft modifications needed. But it's still 3 to 5 times more expensive than traditional fuel. Here's the insight. These aren't greenwashing commitments. These are purchase agreements that create demand signals for SAF producers. DHL and FedEx are essentially saying, we'll pay the premium if you build the production capacity. This is how new industries scale. Early adopters absorb higher costs. Production ramps up, costs come down, and eventually it becomes economically competitive. We saw this exact pattern with solar panels and batteries. Story 4. SSE, one of the UK's major utilities, just secured major funding for Scottish grid upgrades. And this highlights something we don't talk about enough: grid infrastructure. You can build all the wind farms and solar arrays you want, but if the grid can't handle the power or deliver it where it's needed, you've got a problem. The UK has some of the best offshore wind resources in the world, mostly in Scotland. But much of the demand is in England. SSE's investment is about upgrading transmission capacity to move that clean energy south. This is the unsexy but absolutely critical infrastructure work that makes the energy transition possible. The insight. Grid investment is now being recognized as strategic, not just maintenance, but a competitive advantage. Countries and companies that upgrade their grids faster will be able to integrate more renewables, attract more investment, and achieve climate goals sooner. And our final story carries a warning. New reports are highlighting the extreme vulnerability of European renewable assets to climate change itself. Here's the irony. We're building renewable energy to fight climate change, but climate change is threatening the renewable infrastructure itself. Extreme heat reduces solar panel efficiency. Stronger storms damage wind turbines. Droughts affect hydropower. Floods can knock out transmission substations. The report is urging the industry to design for resilience from the start, not just retrofit later. That means considering future climate scenarios in site selection, engineering for more extreme conditions, and building in redundancy. The insight here is sobering. The faster we transition to renewables, the more valuable each renewable asset becomes, and the more catastrophic it is when extreme weather takes them offline. This isn't just an engineering problem, it's an insurance and financing problem too. 3 quick hits before we wrap. Poland just launched its first major offshore wind auction, a milestone for Eastern Europe's renewable expansion. Surging AI demand is driving massive data center development in Japan, creating new energy challenges we'll be covering more in coming episodes. A new FTSE Russell survey shows asset owners are increasingly using sustainability factors in investment decisions, and performance is the key driver, not just ethics. Okay, so what's the big picture from today's news? First trend, infrastructure is king. Whether it's hydrogen storage, grid upgrades, or SAF production, the bottleneck isn't technology, it's building the physical infrastructure at scale. Second trend, corporate commitments are getting real. Google, DHL, FedEx, these aren't pilot projects anymore. These are multi-hundred-million-dollar commitments that move markets. Third trend, climate adaptation is the new frontier. It's not enough to just build renewables. We have to build renewables that can survive the climate chaos we're already locked into. The World Economic Forum notes that the energy transition has strong momentum, record renewable installations worldwide, but faces risks from financing gaps and geopolitical instability. Today's news shows both sides of that equation. Massive investments moving forward, but serious challenges still ahead. That's your Energy Transition Daily for December 19th. Subscribe for tomorrow's insights. And if this was valuable, hit that like button. I'm Breton. See you tomorrow.